Learning more about the death of an employee at a Wilmington-based nonprofit, Cape Fear Habitat for Humanity has been fined more than $10,000 after the employee died at the organization's Restore location on Market Street in May. WECT's Zach Solon spoke with workplace safety experts and has more on the fatal incident. Zach, the North Carolina Department of Labor says the way the company stored a stack of countertops created a hazard.
Yes, Fran, the Labor Department has issued 2 citations to Cape Fear Habitat for Humanity. Documents allege the 120-pound countertops did not have enough support and fell on that employee, killing them. Cape Fear Habitat for Humanity has been ordered to pay more than $10,000 for alleged workplace safety violations. Back in May, an employee was killed after a stack of 120-pound countertops fell on them. The North Carolina Department of Labor says the countertops were stored by dividers that could not hold their weight.
Material handling is very critical that you understand what is the proper storage requirements. And then it appears that there were some homemade dividers that were used. Well, were these dividers capable of supporting this material? In this case, I believe OSHA said absolutely not.
John Wallace is a safety consultant. He says companies need to routinely check to make sure their work environments are safe.
The big takeaway that I would have from this incident is for nonprofits to do an evaluation of their facility and to determine if they have any hazards and then have the adequate precautions to protect their employees.
Julia Cunlow with Evolution Safety Resources says those inspections are key to avoiding violations.
Complacency can tend to be a bit of an evil in this industry. You work in a space so much, you just don't really see the hazards around you anywhere. You kind of go blind to them. So that really, again, circles back to the importance of doing routine inspections of your work area, whether that be in-house or third party.
Cape Fear Habitat for Humanity has around 2 weeks to pay the penalty, ask for a meeting with the Department of Labor, or contest the citations. The nonprofit was also cited for failing to report the employee's death to OSHA within 8 hours. I reached out to Cape Fear Habitat for Humanity for comment, but have not heard back. We'll keep you updated as we learn more details. Zach Solon, WECT News.